So hello and welcome back to the channel for yet another outrageous FIFA 20 career mode experiment. In today's video, every player in every team in every country is one overall.
I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again!
No, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. No.
I know, but hear me out. Despite all that, they've got one thing going for them. They all have 99 potential. Yep, you guessed it. This is going to be a classic case of career mode carnage, and it's only possible on the PC. So let's see exactly what unfolds today. This is going to be insanity. If you're looking to keep up to date with all the latest scores, news, transfers, and everything the footballing world has to offer, make sure to check out OneFootball. It's available on both iOS and Android. It allows you to follow your favorite teams, your favorite players, and so much more. The download link is in the description, so make sure to give it a go. It's completely free. It is a must-have app for every football fanatic. So here we are in a brand new FIFA 20 career mode save, and you know, everything looks normal, it's all good. We'll take a look at our team, and oh my goodness. You thought it might have been clickbait, you thought it might have been impossible, but no, everyone in the world right now is at a 1 overall. Everyone's starting at a level playing field, no one's getting an advantage over each other. It's whoever grows the fastest is gonna survive in this dog-eats-dog world. It's survival of the fittest out here, and pretty much based on Arsenal's performances in real life, you probably will mistake this team with their actual team in FIFA. Yeah, I need to preface this again. This is not Arsenal's real team. It's just their 1 overall team. I know, it looks pretty similar to the one they have in real life.
If I speak, I am in big trouble.
But just for confirmation, baby, there we go. Look at all those 1 overalls. I've never seen anything more beautiful in my life. Even though it says the attack, midfield, and defense or two, I literally don't know how they've calculated that. Are we going to see the fall of giants? Are we going to see the rise of some teams who will win the Premier League, some big cup competitions, or are some countries in the world just going to win like the World Cup out of nowhere? Like, is Bolivia going to win the Copa America or the World Cup? How is dynamic potential also going to affect this career mode? How are the regens that spawn back into the game, are they going to affect this? Because they're going to come back in not as 1 overalls, they're going to come back as normal regens. So are they going to dominate the footballing world? However, remember, if you go on to enjoy the video, make sure to slap it a like down below for more FIFA 20 career mode content, and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on a video on the channel. Just imagine a world where Matteo Guendouzi is valued at 1.5k. I think it costs more to maintain that bob on top of his head, let alone his transfer value.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So many questions, so many queries, but let's simulate to the end of the season and see what unfolds. Can someone please explain how a 1-rated Lionel Messi wins the Ballon d'Or? I don't even understand. His highest stat is 6 in goalkeeper diving. You'd think there's so many other candidates for this prize now that everyone's 1 overall. Lionel Messi, he still gets the Ballon d'Or bias. We've now progressed through 2 whole transfer windows, the summer transfer window and the January transfer window, and as you can clearly tell, business is booming right now. The economy is pumping. In all honesty, I think the teams are just settling with their 1 overall players. That'll be up to them. We'll see who grows the quickest. Okay, I actually refuse to believe this. How have we won the league? Arsenal, the only team to go back-to-back invincibles. They've done it again with 0 losses, 82 points. They conceded none and they scored 38. Look at all these low scoring tallies. What is going on in the Premier League? Some teams scored no goals. Burnley scored no goals whatsoever in 38 games. You love to see it. Leicester, West Ham and Burnley all go back down to the Championship. 9th place finish for Liverpool. Seems like it was a riveting Premier League season. Bukayo Saka was the top goal scorer with 10 goals. And then the rest is literally all in the single digits. The assist, Guendouzi was top with 5. Clean sheets, Bernd Leno got himself 35 out of 35. De Gea, Bazunu also getting in the 30s for clean sheets, so defensive masterclasses all over the pitch pretty much. In the FA Cup, we take out that title as well, the domestic double for the Gunners, and Salford City made it all the way to Wembley. However, we defeated them in the final. We'll take a look at the Carabao Cup. Barnsley get a 1-0 win over Wolverhampton. Oh, I can see where this is going already. In the Champions League, it was familiar finalists with Barcelona up against Liverpool. They took out the crown, 1-0 there. Nothing too outrageous in the Champions League. We'll take a look at the Europa League, and it's Arsenal again. How have we dominated? We're going to take a look at our squad after this, but it's 1-0 against Shakhtar Donetsk. In France, the Ligue 1 winners, the table is kind of scuffed at the moment. It's another career mode glitch, but Monaco take out the title there. In the Bundesliga, it is Frankfurt taken over Bayern. Dortmund are down in 6th, and RB Leipzig creeping in 3rd there. 100 points for Frankfurt. Over in the Serie A, it's Juventus taking out the title again. 114 points for them, dominating, being invincible with an 100% record. And over in Spain, it's Barcelona taking out the title there. They were tied with 3 teams on 105 points. That has got to be probably the closest title race in football history. And would you take a look at this? It is Ecuador out of all nations winning the 2020 Copa America. They are South American champions, and what an achievement. And to all the Romanians out there, this might be a future prediction for next year. Romania take out Euro 2020. That's another shock result in the international competitions as well. Football is definitely not coming home in 2020 as they destroyed England 5-0 in the final. And Lionel Messi fails to win another international title there. 5-1 he loses to Ecuador, and that's probably going to be the most embarrassing out of all of them. So here we have the main performers of the season, and just take a look at this growth. Plus 23 for Bernd Leno. How has that happened with 61 clean sheets? Okay, Bernd Leno must have had a lot of saves, or he didn't be very busy in the net. We have Bukayo Saka with 15 goals and 6 assists, growing 27. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. Kieran Tierney plus 17. Oh my goodness, this growth is absolutely mental. And we've gotten some boys in the double digits now. I don't think anyone... Oh no, Aubameyang is still at a +4. He's only at 4 overall. So everyone else has gone at least up into the 10s. There's a few in the 20s, but yeah, everyone... Okay, Alexandre Lacazette still failing to do anything. He's 1 overall, so I don't think he has too much time to revive his career. Socrates, I think the older players are failing to grow, and then the younger players obviously grow in heaps. Our most valuable player at the club is now tied between so many people right now, but it's pretty much at that 20k, so we're moving up in the world slowly. They have the potential to be absolute world beaters. They're diamonds in the rough, but they're our diamonds in the rough, and that's all that matters. We're 4 transfer windows deep now, and business is booming as usual. Those who said money's ruining football, those who said money's taken over football, the future looks very bright for you. The latest deals are a ghost land. Top deals are nowhere to be seen, and I'm sure the footballing journalists have had nothing to write about for 3 years now. So here we are again at the end of the season, and it's newly promoted Cardiff City to take out the title in the Premier League. They're English champions. Meanwhile, Bournemouth, Newcastle United, and QPR make up the top 4. That has got to be the strangest top 4 you'll ever see in your life. Crystal Palace, Southampton, and Villa, Man United, and Liverpool nearly had relegation scares there. And it's a League 1 battle in the FA Cup this year as Northampton take out the title. Scotty Pollock and Northampton Town take out the FA Cup title at Wembley, 4-0 against Oldham Athletic. It was the domestic double for Northampton Town. It was a little bit of a town derby in the Carabao Cup final. They defeated Grimsby Town 4-0. So the Champions League provided something a bit of left field here. In the final, it was Roma taking out Fenerbahce 4-1. In the Europa League, though, it was IFK Göteborg 5-1 against St. Pat's. I think that's an Irish team. And then the Swedish winners will take out the Europa. So in the Championship, it's Bolton making their return to the Premier League. We also have Middlesbrough coming up as well. West Ham and Leicester City get relegated to League 1. Oh, what a fall from grace. In Ligue 1, it's back to normality there. Paris take out the title with OGC Nice finishing runners-up. The Bundesliga has Hertha Berlin crowned as champions over there. Cologne, Hoffenheim, and Dortmund finish in the top 4. Bayern all the way down in 7th. A different type of Bianconeri take out the Serie A to Udinese, the Scudetto winners, Champions League victors Roma in 2nd, and it's Chievo Verona all the way in 3rd, Cagliari in 5th. Okay, the big teams in Italy have just fallen throughout the table, and it's Virtus and Tella. Lazio getting relegated to Serie B. And over in La Liga, Osasuna win the title there by 5 points against Barcelona. No shock relegations in Spain as of yet. And now our highest rated player, Bukayo Saka, the English wonder kid. He's nearly cracked into the 50s here. He grew 16 this season. He's now at a 44, but then Gabriel Martinelli, he is 2nd place right here with 36 overall. Medley with a 31. We've got a few players in the 30s right here, which is good to see. Let's see how close to 99 potential these boys can grow to. And finally, after 3 years, there have been some transfer deals going on. And as you can see, we got fired as Arsenal manager, unfortunately. And we've taken over Everton. That was our only job offer. And it's Bukayo Saka, Arsenal's best player, going over to Bolton, Nwakali going over to Leeds United, and John Jules joins Nice over in France for 50k. Uh-oh, here we go. Looks like the Regens have taken over some national teams here. A few of the, a few players are now 80 overall. They might be a few Regens, they might be a few randoms. You can see in Brazil, I don't even know what's going on over there. They're putting something in the water, but they're not 1 overall anymore. And you can see a few national teams are actually quite decent now. Canada have got this mad striker. China have become a footballing powerhouse. B-Monus would be proud. It's either grow or be outgrown in this world, and this career mode save has just been turned on its head. And what a turn of events we have here. Bolton take out the Premier League. They're back on top in English football, and in reality, they were almost liquidated. And in FIFA 20 career mode here, they've made the most of it, and they've become English champions. It's Leeds United, Bournemouth, and Cardiff in the top 4, and it's a big relegation here. Our former employers, Arsenal, that's what you get for firing us. They finished rock bottom of the Premier League. Liverpool and Chelsea nearly got relegated too. Wigan Athletic doing what they do best, winning FA Cup finals. It was a thrilling encounter against Port Vale. Carabao Cup action now, and it's Wigan Athletic doing it again. 2-0 against Accrington. Alright, Champions League, who's taken out that one? Chievo Verona have won the Champions League against Spanish champions Osasuna. Okay, the footballing world in this save is absolutely done for. The Flying Donkeys are European champions. You'd never thought you'd see the day. In the UEFA Super Cup, it was Roma taking it out against Gothenburg. So the Champions League winners winning against Europa League winners. And now the Europa League, it is another Italian club. It's Italian dominance in Europe. That's what we like to see. 3-0 win up against IK Sirius. It's Tonali and Balotelli with European Cup glory. In the Championship, it's Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, and Southampton all going back down to League One. We'll see if West Ham and Leicester are all the way down here, and they are the first teams that have gone all the way from the Premier League to League 2. West Ham and Leicester are in crisis mode at the moment. In France, it's Saint Etienne taking out the title. Amiens finish in second position. We'll see if there are any shock relegations, and it's Lille going to Ligue 2. Paris FC also getting relegated too. In the Bundesliga, Hertha Berlin go back-to-back. They take out the title, and no signs of Bayern or Dortmund. Dortmund finish in 9th, and Bayern towards the bottom of the table in 13th. In Serie A, it's Chievo Verona, the Champions League winners, taking out the Scudetto. Brescia finish runners-up, the Europa League winners. So the new powerhouses in Italian football are taking over right here. Juventus and last year's Scudetto winners, Udinese, finish in the top 4. We'll take a look and see. It's Atalanta getting relegated. Napoli and Inter had a few scares in there as well. So Lazio continue their struggle. They finish second last in Serie B. That would be relegation to the 3rd tier. Fortunately for them, there's no 3rd tier in FIFA 20. In La Liga, it's Atletico Bilbao winning out the title. Rayo Vallecano as runners-up. We'll take a look at the relegation battle. It's Villarreal, Sevilla also getting relegated. Real Madrid were close as well. The highest rated players here at Everton is Sims, now in the 57 range. Okay, that is decent. The boy Moise Kean is now hit 50, plus 15 growth for him this season, and Impala at 51 as well. And just imagine this, 2022 in Qatar, it is Scotland to take out the title. The World Cup goes to Scotland for the first time. They beat Spain 1-0 in the final. Congrats to them, as Argentina lost a 3rd place game. How did they not win the whole thing? They had like the best squad out of everyone. So in the Premier League again, it's an unfamiliar winner. It's Leeds United, a former powerhouse in English football. QPR in 2nd, Fulham and Bolton in the top 4. Middlesbrough, Luton Town, Brentford, Sheffield, all these like lower tier English sides are dominating the Premier League here. The Manchester clubs are still in the Premier League. And look at this, Newcastle United, Liverpool and Chelsea. In FA Cup action, Port Vale finally get their victory at Wembley, 2-0 over Derby County. Derby County made up for it though in a 2-1 win over Northampton Town in the Carabao Cup. And here we go in the Champions League. It was the 2 Italian giants, Brescia and Chievo Verona. What is going on over there in Italy? Brescia win the Europa League and also this year win the Champions League. Over in the Europa League, it is Wigan Athletic winning 2-0 over Kalmar FF. So what a result for the Latics. They are European champions as well. In League 2, it's Leicester City and West Ham, former Premier League staples, left rotting in the 4th division of English football. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa and Southampton all find themselves in League 1. And it's Arsenal getting back-to-back relegations. From the Championship, they go back down to the 3rd division. Alright, over in France, it's Sochaux finishing on top with 100 points. They take out the title over there. PSG nowhere to be seen in 11th, and in the relegation zone, it's Montpellier, Monaco, and Grenoble Foot all going down to Ligue 2. In the Bundesliga, Hertha Berlin go back to back to back. They've done the three-peat over there. Bayer Leverkusen in 5th. Where is Bayern Munich? Over there in 16th. Hoffenheim get relegated too. Hansa Rostock, I believe, are a 3rd division team, and now they find themselves 7th place in the Bundesliga. Alright, over in Serie A, it was the battle between Chievo and Brescia again. Chievo on top winning the Scudetto. The Flying Donkeys get their title. And look at that top 4. Pescara, Brescia, and Perugia. Juve Stabia in 6th. What is going on? The Serie B teams are dominating. And then Napoli, Torino, Serie A staple clubs are going down to Serie B. Fiorentina nearly had a scare as well. The likes of Hellas Verona, Lazio, Atalanta, Spal are all struggling in the 2nd division. And over in Spain, it's Osasuna again taking out the Spanish title with 110 points. Celta, Espanyol make up the top 4. Barca down in 7th. Take a look at the relegation zone, and it's taken a few seasons, but Real Madrid are finishing in 19th place and are going down to the 2nd division. We've done some scouting, we've done a bit of investigation, and these are pretty much the best players in the game right now in this current career mode save. They're pretty much all regens. I don't think any of the players got to a 99 potential of the 1 overall base players that we started with, but here are some absolute gems. We've got Parker from South Africa. This is the best player, 97 overall, right back CDM, an absolute beast. We have Graham Khan from the United States playing for New York City. Brito from the Ivory Coast, the African centre back, an absolute beast. Esteban Blanco playing in the Chinese league. He is Colombian and he's another absolute stunner with 95 overall. We move down to Marcelino Bandes from Chievo Verona. You now know how they won all those titles in the Champions League. This Venezuelan guy is 95 overall. We have some Chinese stars here with Kui Peng Mi. We also have Curtis Kantarovsky, the Australian centre back, 23 years of age, 94 overall, playing for Sydney FC. You love to see it. Daniel Gonzalez is another free agent, 94 overall star. Salvador Bueno is probably one of the best goalkeepers at 94 overall. Jingquan Kui is another Chinese beast at centre back, 23 years of age. And just take a look at that. China are pulling out the best superstars in world football at the moment. We continue on the trend with the centre backs going on. We move on to the Kiwi centre back, Elliot Rojas, 94 overall, playing for Coventry City. Cesar Guerrez, yet another insane centre back, 94 overall. Jonathan Gutierrez is a Canadian keeper, 94 overall for him. Sinisterra, another brilliant goalkeeper with 93 overall. Nabil Mohsen, a free agent Egyptian, 22 and 93 overall. Sangu, 93 as well. The Indians are coming out with their own stars here, with the left back being probably one of the best players. Stefano Brignola is probably the regen of Buffon or something. He is 93 overall, 21 years of age. Gonzalo Blanco, yet another Blanco with 92 overall, playing for Independiente from Argentina. Oliver Gordon was the best English player from Macclesfield Town, is a left mid slash striker and has 92 overall. Andras Stulak from Slovenia is a left back and is 92 overall. Eric Fibas Perez unfortunately lost the World Cup final, but the 21-year-old is 92. Sebastian Gottsman as well, the Uruguayan free agent. And the best French player is Moussa Owusu, 21 years of age, out of Genk, is 92 overall. Another absolute destroyer. Yet another regenerated star, and there weren't too many for France to celebrate about. That was their best. Javier de Valle, 92 overall, another free agent, and he's Colombian. We've had so many good centre backs. We move on to the left midfielder, Brian Penila, on the free agents list from Ecuador, and 92 overall is another. But these players are all over 90, and it's another Rojas boy. It's probably the Rojas brothers here for Sydney FC. He's a centre back with 5-star skill moves, 91 overall. You can't get better than that. Vilhar Gunderson is the best Norwegian at goalkeeper, and Kavana from Ireland is their best goalkeeper at Accrington Stanley. And Wallace Broadfoot, the World Cup winner, 21 years of age, out of Ross County, led them to world dominance. And the Scottish are still celebrating from last year's victory, the 2022 World Cup champions. Broadfoot is their marquee man, and the centre-back continues the big defender trend in here, but those are the best players out of this little career mode experiment, or the regens. It's been absolutely insane. The footballing world has literally been changed forever, and FIFA 20 career mode is probably one of the best places you can see it all unfold. And that is where we're going to end off today's video, the 1 overall and 99 potential experiment. If you guys did enjoy, I know all the base players didn't grow up to a 99 potential. We'd probably have to sim another 10 seasons, but that is going to finish it off. We've had some insane results, some crazy teams winning things, some competitions being won by teams you'd never expect to, some falls from grace, some rises to the top, and it's been absolutely riveting. I have been BCHD. If you went on to enjoy the video, make sure to slap it a like down below, subscribe and turn on notifications for more FIFA 20 career mode content. Follow me on Twitter, link is in the description, and also comment down below what weird and wacky experiments you want to see on the channel next. Hopefully you all had a wonderful day, take care, and I'll catch you all on the very next video.